Coming up next on This Week in Torrance.
Japanese students visiting from overseas make a stop at a local high school.
Then Torrance's credit union moves to a new location for business. We'll tell you where.
And hundreds of residents voiced their opinions at a long-awaited ordinance meeting.
Plus, Torrance City employees are honored for their public service. These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. An enhanced safety project to deter deadly accidents is moving forward. Caltransit has approved the city's Pacific Coast Highway Guardrail project. The Public Works Department has been waiting for this decision to get the project moving along. The department worked with residents to find out which area would need guardrails and fencing. They plan to place them on PCH between Cali Mayor and Janet Lane near South High School. There have been reports of crossover accidents in that area, and currently there is a raised island that separates PCH from service roads. The project is being funded by Measure R, which is a half-cent sales tax for Los Angeles County to finance new transportation projects and programs. Originally, the project also included landscaping aspects.
The City of Torrance has a lot to be proud of at the recent third annual State of the State address. State legislators, along with members of the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, gathered to talk about the state of California and particularly what's in store for the City of Torrance.
The aerospace industry, for instance, is one of the many industries that have a long and proud history in the South Bay.
State Senator Isidore Hall III addressed the packed room on one of the main highlights at the annual State of the State speech, its booming aerospace industry.
Seek to create this commission to raise the profile of aerospace-related concerns in Sacramento at the state government level. And we all know that here in Torrance, there are so many people who work either directly in the aerospace industry or for some of the vendors or other agencies or organizations or companies that do work with the aerospace industry.
To top it all off, California's economy is growing, and it is currently the 7th largest economy in the world.
I am proud to say that after several years of economic challenges, the California budget is balanced.
Torrance is also paving the way for a robust future. Assemblyman David Hadley discussed the importance of improving public school options in California and particularly in the South Bay.
We have some of the best public schools in the state here in the South Bay.
Along with the growing aerospace industry, others like State Senator Ben Allen focused on other future goals like tackling the teacher shortage, housing affordability, and transportation funding projects that help to extend the Green Line, a topic that many were excited to hear about.
I was glad to see Green Line extension included in the Metro plans. Way too far out from my perspective. We're going to have to work hard to get that higher up on the list and then work together to get that measure passed in the fall.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Ta.
Thanks, Tal. A South Bay Assemblyman is taking steps to remember a historic figure from Torrance. Assemblyman David Hadley says he wants to name a portion of the 405 freeway in honor of Louis Zamperini. Hadley's ACR 157 bill would name the 2-mile stretch of the 405 freeway from Redondo Beach Boulevard to Western Avenue in memory of Zamperini. An icon here in Torrance, he has inspired millions and was a longtime Torrance resident. He was a Torrance High graduate. He served in World War II and is seen as a hero. Zamperini enlisted in the Army Corps, and during a search and rescue mission, his plane crashed and he survived on a raft for 47 days. He was soon taken in as a prisoner of war by Japanese and tortured for 2 years. Hadley says he wants to do something in honor of his resilience, and with Zamperini's 100th birthday coming up next year, this is perfect timing. He also has promised to use private money to fund the project.
McMaster Park is offering a program again for older adults at its recently renovated Tillum Center. The senior program takes place Tuesday through Thursday and offers a variety of exercise workshops and opportunities for the aging community. It involves new and fun activities. The center was closed for more than a year, and seniors from this program were getting together at a local church. Before the renovation, seniors had only one room, but now have multiple spaces to use. McMaster Park was reopened recently after a huge renovation. The city put in a new playground, completely renovated the buildings located on the park driveways, and added new landscaping. Anyone can attend the program, and they are looking to expand wellness and healthy living options to its facility. Seniors have to be 50 and over to attend. You can call the Tillum Center at 310-329-1889.
And speaking of parks, another historic one in the city will receive a facelift soon. The Community Development Department is working on a project at Los Arboles Park. They are planning to bring a contract to City Council for approval in early April. This is the design of the new equipment they hope to install, also commonly known as Rocket Ship Park. Los Arboles has a metal rocket ship that was installed in 1964 following the launch of the Soviet Sputnik satellite, inspiring these types of structures to pop up across playgrounds. The park is located at 5101 Calle de Ricardo in Torrance. The department says they plan to keep the rocket ship and moonlander at its original location.
A large aerospace company makes a big announcement. Boeing plans to cut back nearly 8,000 jobs this year in its commercial airplane division. The job reductions are part of a broad cost-cutting plan. The company is using fewer workers than in the past and cutting other costs as part of an effort to compete with Airbus sales. Currently, it's increasing jetliner output at historic levels. The layoffs would include managers and executives in hopes it would save Boeing about $1 billion in labor costs. The cuts will include voluntary layoffs and leaving open positions unfilled. It is not clear which offices will be affected. Boeing has office locations in Torrance and El Segundo.
It was a packed room at the tree ordinance meeting in Torrance recently as Hillside Overlay residents got a clearer picture of what a possible tree ordinance in Torrance could mean. Reporter Hiba Samit has the story.
I'm very excited and hopeful tonight standing here because I feel that we're very close to finding a solution to a long-playing issue in our community.
Emotions ran high as many Riviera Hillside Overlay residents came out to hear and voice their opinions on what they would like to see in a tree ordinance, hoping to move forward in saving their views.
But the joy, I'm thinking I could have that beautiful view back. Again, we wanted to stay here forever. We don't have as much reason to stay without a beautiful view.
For more than 20 years, this has been an ongoing battle among residents in the area who say their views are being blocked from neighboring trees, and hundreds have complained to the city.
We're looking at an arbitration that the city will have the least amount of involvement.
The Community Planning and Design Committee described details that would possibly be in the future law. One of the concerns addressed was staffing issues and that they want to implement an ordinance that will not cost additional dollars to the city. It would also involve neighbors paying for the expenses of the tree being cut down and having a process where residents would apply for a permit to request action.
Now that there is an ordinance, they're hoping that their view will be restored, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't create more animosity.
In fact, many among the 5,700 residents included in the Hill Overlay say that if an ordinance is in place, they think less people will let their trees overgrow and residents won't turn to the city for solutions.
I think it's really important to have a process where we can have mediation, where we can have rules in place to, for example, have, if there's a tree removed, what types of trees are put in the place, and restrictions about those types of trees.
The committee plans to follow the Rolling Hills Estates View Ordinance as a template for what they will have. They also say the proposed ordinance will address the needs of privacy and views and will not be open-ended.
So many disputes with people. I purchased my home.
For residents like Vicky Raydell, who say they don't see much of their ocean view anymore, during this meeting there was a clear silver lining.
An ordinance that will make the residents in the hillside area happy, be able to regain and retain their views that they have paid extra money to have.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hiba Samad.
Thanks, Hiba. The next step will be to bring a drafted ordinance to City Council for review. Currently, there is a city building ordinance in the overlay area. Well, still ahead, city employees are honored for their public service.
Plus, how does a delicious pancake breakfast sound? We'll take you to an annual event.
But first, here's a look at your 5-day forecast.
Torrance City employees were honored for their years of hard work. Every year, different groups are recognized for reaching a milestone in their career. Employees are acknowledged for every 5 years of service. At this year's event, nearly 98 people were given honors from 11 departments. The service award started back in 2002, and this year we even have 3 employees from our own department. Michael Smith, Gustavo Ponce, and Ramona Fifi were honored for their years of service. And our very own Ben McCain even emceed the awards. The city puts this annual event on to bring everyone together to show the city's appreciation.
You know, it really speaks to the commitment that many employees in the city have to their job.
When I think about it, maybe one. I could probably count on one hand the number of days that I didn't truly look forward to going to work.
The luncheon offered some delicious barbecue. Employees also had some fun with a photo booth. Forrest Hunt was honored for his 50 years of city service. This is the first year they recognize part-timers starting at 10 years, including David Coolin, a staff member of TCTV. And Jan, it was a lot of fun. West High students shared what it's like to be a student in America. 32 students from Kansai, Japan shadowed West High schoolers for 2 days. The visitors sang a special song thanking their host for their hospitality. The People Link organization reached out to West High to see if these visiting students could tag along with American teenagers throughout the day. They experienced lunchtime, classroom, and other campus-based events. Each Japanese student was paired with a student who had some fluency in Japanese.
He says that America is a really great place.
This is his first time coming to America, so it's been like a really life-changing experience. And he was a bit nervous at first, but then after a few days, he got used to it, and he said it's really fun.
The community joined in on some Easter fun recently. There was everything from special entertainment, delicious breakfast, and cookie decorating. The city of Torrance had its annual breakfast and visit with the bunny for Easter. Families enjoyed a day of special programs and some quality time with the Easter bunny, who is available for a photo op. Families made most of their time with some hopping to music and, of course, put their names in for an Easter raffle. And what's an Easter celebration without an egg hunt? Mayor Patrick Fury also attended the event.
It's really great to see so many families here today enjoying it and have a great Easter.
Nearly 141 people attended.
Torrance police were investigating whether a recent burglary is connected with the other ones in the area. A resident in the 5300 block of Clearside Street called police about a suspicious activity involving 2 male juveniles who were seen entering a residence through a window. When units arrived, they found a driver sitting in a car that had been reported stolen from the Los Angeles Harbor Division area. The driver was arrested, but then the other 2 burglary suspects fled the home. LAPD helicopter and K-9 units were used to help find and arrest the 2 suspects who were found hiding in the 5300 block of Sharon Lane. Sergeant Paul Cronky says this incident is a good example of how the campaign See Something, Say Something works. Most of the time, burglaries happen when the house is unoccupied for a brief period of time. Authorities say there are steps you can take to stay safe and protect yourself from being the victim of a burglary. Make sure your windows and doors are always locked before leaving. This includes locking your garage door as well. If you plan to leave for a long period of time, let neighbors know so they can keep an eye out. Also, have good exterior lighting around your home. That can help deter burglars, and a solid gate or fence is the first defense against unwanted entry.
Well, with summer around the corner, young swimmers at the Torrance South Bay YMCA were invited to take a swim safety course to get them prepared. Tao Ta has this story.
Young swimmers at the YMCA are getting a boost of confidence in and around the water.
A lot of pool safety. We also teach them boating safety, beach safety, and just general swim skills as well. So we teach them front stroke, backstroke, and side stroke in our beginner levels, and then our upper levels, they will also learn breaststroke and then butterfly as well.
Formerly known as Splash, the Torrance YMCA's Spring Safety Around the Water program is giving children as young as 3 years old the chance to take swimming lessons. Senior swim instructor Mitchell Colgis says a week-long class teaches kids about water safety, valuable rescue skills, and of course a whole lot of water fun.
Every day at the beginning of the program, we go over like word of the day and then usually something, so that's like one of the core values of the YMCA. And then we do boating safety or like beach safety and stuff like that. And then after we get them in the water, we focus on stroke. And then usually towards the end, we'll do something like reach and assist. So like how kids can learn how to save someone in case someone's in danger, how to do boating safety.
Often, she wants to go in the pool, but she has to wear a floaty. After the first night, she came in the car and she told me that she's swimming without a floaty.
It's a big help for Torrance residents like Sally Lee. Lee brought her 3-year-old son and 7-year-old daughter and says the program's fun and caring environment has helped her children have a unique swimming experience.
It's the way that they structure it. They bring the kids together, they make it educational outside the pool, and the teachers are really engaging.
The 5-day program, which encourages YMCA membership, costs $25 and offers an affordable option to families across the South Bay, even the first-timers.
It's a community outreach program that allows people who've never had lessons or are not familiar with our program to kind of join and see what it's like. Or it's really also for those who can't afford some lessons year-round.
I feel really good helping these kids learn how to swim because it makes me feel like comfortable knowing that these kids are going to be safe in the water and that they're having a good time.
And for Lee, it's an annual tradition that continues to help her children grow.
They do better in school because of it. They're more aware, they're engaged, they have friends. It makes a lifetime difference, it really is.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Ta.
Thanks, Tao. To find out how you can sign up for their next swim safety class, go to ymcala.org/TSB. You don't have to be a member of the YMCA to sign up.
The Torrance Fire Department awaits a new addition to their fleet. The shiny red fire truck is on its way to the Torrance Fire Department all the way from Appleton, Wisconsin. The truck, manufactured by Pierce, will be replacing a 1988 fire engine that has no rear doors or enclosure for the firefighter's safety. The new fire engine is built with all of the current safety features that are recommended by the National Fire Protection Association. The long drive to California will help break in the diesel engine, and once it arrives here, it will undergo an overall check. The Torrance Fire Department says they will be busy outfitting the compartments and installing the final communication equipment when it arrives. They hope to start using the engine for emergencies in early May. A local business reopens its doors in the heart of Torrance. The Torrance Community Credit Union moved to its new location at 1511 Cravens Avenue recently. The move has been like a coming home celebration. This historic building is where the credit union was located in 1958 before renting a new space for the next 30 years. Opening with just 15 members, it now has nearly 7,200 members with more than $117 million in assets. Officials from the union say it was a strategic move to be located in central Torrance. The majority of its memberships are still with Torrance City employees, and over time it has expanded to include selected businesses and groups around the South Bay. They plan to have their official grand opening within the next couple of weeks.
And a new business is coming to the city of Torrance this summer. Sewa Market just announced its grand opening in Costa Mesa, along with its future business location right across from the newly renovated Del Amo Fashion Center next to Chick-fil-A right here in Torrance. Sewa Market is a Japanese grocery store that offers fruit, sake, frozen meals, and much more. The chain is owned by Hidehiro Matsu, founder of Gardena-based Japanese market Marukai. With a dozen locations scattered, the Torrance one plans to be open by June. We will bring you the latest on this project as it moves forward.
A company based in Torrance that helps people look far out into space has named its new VP of Product Development. Celestron, the #1 telescope brand and leading optics innovator, announced recently that Eric Cockpit will be the Vice President of Product Development. Cockpit has been producing products for amateur astronomers for more than 20 years. Executives from the company say Cockpit has been a key player with innovative development. He has been with the company since 2010 and is a local South Bay resident. Celestron manufactured its first telescope in 1960 and has become a brand name recognized around the world.
A popular Mexican fast food chain is turning to American food for a try. Chipotle Mexican Grill says it has applied for a trademark for Better Burger as part of a business venture to open a burger restaurant chain. A Chipotle spokesman says that they hope to apply the Chipotle model to a wide variety of foods. Already, Chipotle has two Chipotle restaurants called Shop House, a Southeast Asian food chain, and Pizzeria Locale, which specializes in wood-fired pizzas. Most recently, Chipotle struggled to recover from an E. coli outbreak that has slowed down business. U.S. burger restaurants generated about $73 billion in sales in 2014.
Well, still ahead, events in April you won't want to miss.
And the one and only Colin Kushner has some sports news coming right up.
We'll have that and much more still ahead. But first, here's the current look at the weather outside. Welcome back, everybody. Here are some events happening in the Torrance area. Southern California Edison is hosting a free LED technology workshop at the South Bay Environmental Facility on Thursday, April 7th. The event is free and takes place from 8:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. And the Bartlett Center is hosting the 7th Annual Senior Prom on April 8th. The dancing will begin at 12:30 p.m. until 3 in the afternoon. Tickets are on sale right now for $8. You can call 310-320-5918. Plus, get your resumes ready. A large career fair is coming to the South Bay. The 6th Annual Spring into Summer Hiring Spree will take place on Wednesday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., while it will be held at the Juanita Millender McDonald Community Center in Carson. All Torrance residents are invited to attend. They will have more than 70 employers at the event. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at the latest sports desk with Colin Kushner.
That's right, Colin. What do you have for us?
What's up, Jin and Ben? It's another jam-packed show. We have South baseball and West softball highlights, plus Pioneer League play is officially underway on the hardwood, not basketball. It's our first Torrance area matchup of 2016 in the volleyball world. We have Mike Juarez news, Elko football news, and so much more sauce. That's 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. You know what I was going to say there. Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thanks, Colin. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.